Order in the House. The Secretary General will please read the order of business for first reading. First reading, House Bill number 9909, introduced by Representative Marco Santos, an act protecting students from mental anguish and academic retaliation by granting the right to remain silent during classroom recitations. House Bill number 9909 is hereby referred to the Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
Step 1 complete. Now, onto the committee grilling.
Good morning, colleagues. Today, the Committee on Basic Education considers House Bill 9909. Author, Representative Santos. You have 3 minutes to state your justifications.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Across schools nationwide, students suffer from an intense anxiety due to cold call recitations. Under this bill, if a student is called on and says, "I respectfully invoke my right to remain silent, Madam Teacher," they cannot be humiliated, given a zero instantly, or sent to the principal's office. Learning should be growth, not
Madam
psychological
Chair, permission to
warfare.
interpolate.
The gentleman from Iloilo is recognized.
9. Representative Santos, is this a legislative hall or a daycare center? Right to remain silent? What is next? A constitutional right to no homework? Recitation builds character and confidence under pressure.
Hello, Madam Chair. If I may chime in via Zoom from Cebu.
Congresswoman Valdez, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With all due respect to Rep. Navarro, I do believe that character is built upon constructive dialogue, and it's not about terrifying this 14-year-old student over an algebra equation. And with that, I do believe that the committee should approve this bill and send it to the plenary immediately.
Seeing no further objections, the Committee on Basic Education hereby approves House Bill 9909 with recommendations. A committee report will be submitted to the plenary for second reading.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider on second reading House Bill number 9909 as contained under Committee Report number 405. I yield the floor to the sponsor, Representative Santos, for his sponsorship speech.
Mr. Speaker, standard recitation reinforces rote memorization rather than critical thought. This bill gives students a safe space to process information without fear.
The floor is now open for the period of interpellation and debates.
Mr. Speaker, if a student remains silent every single day, how will teachers assess them? Does silence means 100% participation?
Of course not, distinguished colleague. They may choose an alternative assessment, such as submitting a written reflection paper before 5 p.m. on the day, or on the same day.
We shall now proceed to the period of amendments. Any individual amendments from the floor?
Mr. Speaker, I move to amend Section 4. A student may only invoke the right to remain silent a maximum of 3 times per grading period. They cannot remain silent all year long.
The author accepts the individual amendment of the gentleman from Iloilo.
Hearing no objection, the amendment is approved. We shall now vote on second reading via viva voce. All those in favor say aye. aye. All those opposed, say nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it. House Bill 9909 is approved on second reading. Order. We are now on third and final reading of House Bill number 9909. As mandated by the Constitution, no further amendments are allowed. The Secretary General will call the roll for nominal voting. Both physical floor members and Zoom attendees may cast their vote. Representative Macapagal.
Yes.
Representative Navarro.
I vote no. We are raising a generation of silent statues.
Representative Valdez.
I vote yes in support of House Bill number 9099. I also casted my vote on our official Zoom chat box.
Mr. Speaker, with 210 affirmative votes, 12 negative votes, and 0 abstention, the measure is approved. With the majority voting in favor, House Bill number 9909 is officially passed on third reading by the House of Representatives.
House Bill 9909 is officially certified by the Speaker and Secretary General. It is being transmitted directly across the city to the Senate of the Philippines for their concurrence. If the Senate passes their own version, we go to a bicameral conference and then to the President's desk for signature.
Great work, everyone. Now, who wants to present this to the senators?
The Senate interpellations will make you wish you had the right to remain silent.
The session is called to order. The Secretary will please read the bills on first reading.
House Bill number 9909, also known as the Silent Student Act.
The bill is hereby referred to the Committee on Basic Education and Culture. We will now proceed to the second reading of House Bill number 9909. The Majority Leader is recognized for his sponsorship and justification of the measure.
Mr. President, the committee has reviewed the bill. The core justification of this measure is to safeguard our students' mental health. Traditional recitation often relies on fear, causing extreme anxiety. This bill provides a safe space for learning.
Mr. President, will the sponsor yield to a few questions?
I gladly yield, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. So while I understand the psychological justification behind this, I just like to know, how do we ensure students aren't just using this to avoid studying, or what is the deeper reasoning behind allowing them to skip oral assessments entirely?
The reasoning behind our justification is that spontaneous oral recitation is not the only valid measure of intelligence or comprehension, Mr. President. Students can be assessed through alternative methods like written reflections or projects. However, to address your concern, the committee proposes an amendment, limiting the invocation of the right to remain silent to a maximum of 2 times per grading period, instead of the House version's 3.
Are there any objection to this amendment? Hearing none, the amendment is approved. All in favor of passing House Bill 9909 on second reading, say aye. Those who are not in favor, say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill number 9909 is approved on second reading. 3 days have passed since the final printed copies of the amendment. Bill were distributed to the members. We shall now proceed to nominal voting on third and final reading, where no further amendments are allowed.
Senators, the Bicameral Conference Committee must reconcile the discrepancies between our bills. The House version allows students to remain silent 3 times per grading period, but your Senate version reduces it to 2. May we know the justification for this change?
Yes, Congressman. Our justification is that teachers still need sufficient data points to grade a student's performance fairly. 2 times offers a psychological safety net for the student without completely stripping the educator of their ability to assess oral participation.
That is highly reasonable compromise. It perfectly balances the mental health of the student with the operational needs of our teacher. We accept the Senate's amendment.
Thank you. Because our constitutional authority in this committee is strictly limited to reconciling differing provisions without inserting entirely new ones, I move that we approve the Joint Conference Committee report.
Seconded, we will bring this reconciled report back to our respective chambers for final ratification.
I hereby affix my signature as Speaker of the House to authenticate this enrolled bill.
Mr. President, we have received the enrolled bill of the Silent Student Act, which has been officially printed in its final form, certified and signed by the Senate President and the House Speaker.
Before I make a final decision, please transmit a copy to the Department of Education. Ask the Secretary to review this proposed law and provide a formal comment on how this will practically impact our classrooms.
The intention of the legislature here is good, but we must advise the President about the operational challenges our teachers will face if this is invoked frequently. Let's draft a memo detailing this concern and send our official agency comment back to the Malacanang immediately.
Mr. President, you have the DepEd's comments. As a reminder, you have the 3 options. You may sign it into law, exercise your veto power, or take no action, which will allow it to automatically lapse into law after 30 days.
I agree with the sponsor that our students need a safe space, but I also share the DepEd's concerns regarding teacher assessments. I will respect the collective wisdom of the legislature and will not stand in the way of this measure, but I do not want to actively endorse it with my signature. Let us simply file it. I will allow the 30-day period to run its course.
Mr. President, the 30 days have passed. Because you did not act upon it, House Bill 9909 has officially lapsed into law.
Understood. Please direct the appropriate office to have the new law published immediately in the official gazette or a newspaper of general circulation. It will take effect 15 days after its publication.